Hello, YouTube. Welcome to some more World of Warships Legends with your favorite casual gamer, Talladega Knight. So this is a ranked battle, and in the theme of my channel, it wouldn't be a good one if I wasn't in my Farragut. So basically, on this map, like you've seen me do in other videos, I usually try and go for the B capture point straight off when I'm close to it, when I get the chance, because usually there's at least one person from each team that'll contest it. Sometimes the whole team will rush it, but I figure that at least half my team is gonna get that close Charlie capture point. So I head up to B, and I realize like I'm basically completely alone. My entire team lemming trains to the other side, and as you saw, I was calling for help and support, saying, hey, I probably can't keep this cap on my own. Could one of the cruisers come with me? Because there's probably going to be a couple destroyers up here, because that's often what happens on this map. So, realizing that I'm completely alone, I don't go into the cap itself, but I go over here and try and basically be backed into the cap so that I can make a quick getaway should the need arise. And this game always makes me laugh, where it's like, oh, we have to make a full stop, just run into an island. That's a good way to stop a boat. So anyway, I'm basically on my own over here. The friendly destroyer does start heading this way, which is greatly appreciated because I will need the help, as you'll see here in a minute. So I'm just backing over. I know that this is contested. I know that I've got enemies nearby. I'm just not sure where. And then I see that smoke screen pop up, and it's like, okay, I know that there's an enemy Farragut, and here he is coming around. So I don't want to give him a good target. This isn't the best position to be in fighting a Farragut, because I know he could knock my engine out even if I'm running away. So I don't want to just get into a straight up fight, and I try and pull away a little bit before we really get into it. And as you see, I actually knocked out his engine, but I'm trying to leave the littlest target possible, and of course, trying to dodge any torpedoes coming around the line, which are going to be coming, because if you're within 5 kilometers of a Farragut, then you know that you're going to have torpedoes in the water. So I have to leave the cap circle, and I'm evaluating my situation right now, and I feel like, okay, I've still got my smoke, still got my boost. Um, I've still got my consumables, so I can make a fight. And then this Japanese destroyer does something very odd. He decides to go broadside, spotted by me, which just doesn't make any sense at all. And he starts shooting his guns, which again doesn't make any sense at all, because there's no way in the world he's going to win this gunfight. And I'm about to pop my smoke, and then I notice my friendly destroyer is actually popping his. So it's like, okay, I'll just borrow his smoke screen. And you just see, I almost ate a torpedo in the nose, which could have been the end of this whole game right there. But we are able to dodge it. And right now, you'll see me keep like switching back and forth, and I'm just mostly looking for more torpedoes in the water, because when there's this many destroyers around, there's just bound to be so many torpedoes in the water. And I actually, it was a big debate right here whether I should try and get all 5 guns pointed or whether I should stay angled, just in case there's more torpedoes coming. But I felt like it was probably worth it to get all the guns just so we could get this destroyer off the map, because if he realizes his mistake and goes undetected and just shoots torpedoes, that could be a big problem for the rest of our team going forward. So he's gone. Now it's just 2-on-1 with the other destroyer, although we know that there's a U.S. battleship moving in to back up his friendly destroyer, and it would be nice if we could take out that Farragut before the battleship gets there to be able to provide close support. So the Farragut, as us Farragut captains like to do, decides that they want to live hard, die young. I'm not quite in the same boat as him. I become a little bit Japanese right here, where I go sly, and again, I'm afraid like he doesn't see me. There's a smoke screen ahead, but I know he's just going to want to put torpedoes in the water into the smoke screen. But then I kind of throw caution to the wind, and it's like, okay, he probably didn't get anything off. Let's get some torpedoes against the New York, and we might actually get some against the Farragut. He goes undetected again, and he keeps popping in and out, and he's so close to dead. If I can just pop him one more time, I might be able to go undetected, but I'm actually too close to the New York over there. So this New York, he's actually aimed at somebody else, and so I don't have to worry too much about him. The New York has secondaries that reach out like 4 or 5 kilometers, maybe, not too far. I think that might even be pushing it further. And its secondaries mostly shoot sideways. It doesn't have a very good forward arc. So the positioning here is actually pretty key. I'm trying to stay right off the cheekbone because I know at some point he could try and swing around and try and get his guns on me. So I want to be going a pretty good clip so that I can outrun his guns when I need to. And you saw he just took out the destroyer, so now I know the guns are coming my direction. And I'm really trying hard to set a fire. You can see we just got one because I'm going to have my torps loaded in a second. So he just prepared the fire, so now I know if I get a flood, he's dead. I mean, not that it matters too much because we are in, even an idiot can't miss this torpedo shot. And I'm just trying to outrun his guns and get into a position where I know my torpedoes can't miss. And I actually probably waited a little longer than I needed to, but I just wanted to make sure. So I know he's turning hard, so I aim a little bit into his turn, send one set, and looks pretty good. Send the other set because the first one wasn't quite enough to finish him off. And there we go. There's kill number 3. We've taken down 2 destroyers and a battleship. Now, at this point, I just don't even understand my team at all. So at first, they all lemming trained to the side over there, and I had pretty much no support. And then they decide to all lemming train my way, and I'm just like, well, what am I supposed to do with that? We lose both the caps over there. No one's trying to contest them. So at first I was like, okay, I'll go south, and then I'll try and cut the enemy team off over there. But then I was like, well, all my team's over here. Maybe I could get my team to go south because the enemy team is kind of making a... the way I analyze it at this point, I'm thinking the enemy team is probably doing a counterclockwise motion around the map. They started at their home cap, they went down, took our cap, and now they're probably going to swing back around and take the final cap. So I'm thinking, okay, if I can signal my team to go south and go that way, then I can flank them. I can take this cap up in the north area, and then I can send torpedoes, do whatever I need to do if my teammates go south and go around and cut them off as they're making this maneuver. So I'm, telling my teams, hey, see if you can go south, see if you can go south. We'll see how well that turns out. But right now, we only have 1 cap, they have 2. They have 2 kills, and then we just have the 3 that I've gotten so far. And so we're not doing great. We're not in a great position right now. As I come around this corner, we start to get a little bit of data of where those ships ended up because we haven't seen them in a few minutes. So we finally get a bearing, and we've got the French battleship up over here, kind of hugging this little island, and we have the rest of them are just kind of hanging out in the middle. I think that they played this pretty smart, actually. Like, they knew that all they had to do was hold these caps, and they would be able to win. And right now, I get spotted. And so my strategy right here is I'm trying to get undetected. I want to use this island to put between me and the French battleship so that I can move up on him without him knowing where I am. And if I'd have been paying a little bit more attention, like I thought I could probably get undetected, going farther to the south, but I couldn't, so I had to cut way up north and head this way. So they know where I am, basically. So they're probably going to be taking some sort of evasive action so that I don't do a torpedo run right around this island and make sure that they are trying to avoid me coming. Or at least that's what you would think. But I think the French battleship, he gets kind of into a gunfight with some of my friendlies. And I know he's right around this corner. He hasn't fired a salvo in a second, though. And so I don't want him to have his guns loaded as soon as I come undetected and come around the corner. So I'm just waiting and waiting, seeing what he's going to do, and he fires. So as soon as he fires, I run out as fast as I can. We've got the throttle maxed. He's trying to avoid me, but at this point we're at the, even somebody as dumb as Talladega Night couldn't miss this torpedo run. And so we put our fish in the water, and there's no way we can miss. I probably only needed to send one set of torpedoes. Definitely only needed to send one set to finish him off, but it all works out. So now that is our 4th kill out of the 4 kills that have been claimed by our team so far. And I'm just trying to capture this zone. There's not a lot of time left in this game, but we could still, we could still win it. But there's 2 cruisers left, and it's kind of a Farragut's worst nightmare fighting an Omaha and a Königsberg, because both of those are tailor-made to destroy little destroyers like me. So I pop my smoke. That's my last consumable of the game. The Omaha is detected by my team, so they're doing something useful for once. And he's stuck on the rocks there, so I've got him, and we're just pumping him with the high explosive, trying to set a fire and get him off the board. He's so close, he's probing into the smoke, trying to hit me. I'm trying to move around a little bit just to make it hard for him, because I've lost a little bit of health, not too much. And there we go. There's our Kraken Unleashed kill number 5. Now, here's where I start making some questionable decisions, and the most questionable decision I made was trusting that my team could kill that Königsberg before I am able to do a torpedo run on the New York. So I'm thinking, okay, my team is coming around the corner with 2 battleships. 2 battleships can surely take on this Königsberg and should be able to take him out in one salvo. Heaven knows I've been taken out by one salvo so many times. And I know that one of my friendly battleships is on fairly low health, and the other one is, pretty full health, but he's farther back. So I signal to them, okay, you guys take out the Königsberg, and then I'll take out the New York. And then my plan is all foiled because he's actually hiding behind an island. I forgot that island exists. So he's hiding there with, unable to be fired on by my team. So my original plan was to pop out, go around, and try and get the New York, so that then they would only have the cruiser left against 2 battleships. But the cruiser takes out one of the friendly battleships, and I feel like I just have to try and take him out. He's on such low health, but I break the cardinal rule of being a Farragut captain. You can't attack a German cruiser at close range. And after all of that, I end up getting killed because I got a little impatient. And I do think that I had to do that to try and win the game, but this is my team, sailing uselessly to the north of the map without accomplishing anything. So that's the end of the battle. Obviously, we were MVP on our team and did pretty well. We managed to keep our star, and I know I'm only rank 11, but honestly, I've been pretty busy. I haven't gotten to play a whole lot. But 5 kills out of the 5 people who were killed on the enemy team, and we actually got a fair number of credits. So overall, it was a really good game, and good job to my opponents. Good victory. And thanks everybody for watching this. It really was a fun game, and it wouldn't be a Talladega Night video without a Farragut Kraken. All right. Hope you're having a good night. Please like and subscribe.